once you've installed all the necessary elements for GIMP to run, on the Mac you can simply run it and find it in your applications folder. It's the GIMP icon there, and on the PC it'll be in your start menu programs. So when you run GIMP, you'll get this interface. You'll notice there's a number of floating windows, and these windows comprise the main areas or main sections of GIMP. So there's three main windows. On the left you'll see there's a window that contains a toolbox with all your tools in it, and down the bottom you'll see a panel that contains tool options. Over on the right hand side you'll find your floating panels with layers and information about your colors and tones in it, and in the middle you'll see the main GIMP application. This window here will contain the new document that you create, and it also has access to all the menus. I now want to create a new document that I can start to work with. I'm going to create a fake magazine cover for a magazine called Macromag, and it's going to be very simple. It's going to have an image on it, and I want to bring that image in that I've already created. It's a photo, and I want to adjust the photo a bit to make it look a bit better, and I'm just going to add some text to it, so something quite simple. First I need to create a new document. So in the main GIMP window, hit the File menu and select New. This will create a new image. Now the easiest way to create a new image is to choose something from the templates drop down window. Now I'm going to pick an A4 document, so just a standard piece of A4 at 300 ppi, which means it's high resolution, ready to go to print. I'm just going to select the template, hit OK, and there's my new document in the main GIMP window. Now once I've created this new document, you'll also notice that in the layers panel on the right hand side you'll now see one layer has appeared, and it's called background. So this is just the default layer that comes with all GIMP documents. I want to bring another image into my document, and I'm going to position that on my page, and I want to make some adjustments to it. So basically I want to open up a new document, a new image, and I want to bring this into my new document. Now if I go to the File menu, you'll see that there is an Open option, and this will allow you just to open an image file, and it'll open in a new window. But I've also got an option that says Open as Layers, and that'll allow me to actually open up a image that I already have, but it'll actually place it into my existing document as a new layer, which will allow me to move it around on the page and manipulate it as I want. So I'm going to select Open as Layers, and it'll bring up this Open Image dialog box, which I can then go and search through my computer. I've got a folder here on the desktop that's got an image already in there. Hit Open, and it places the image onto the page. Now you can also see that in the Layers panel now I have another image here called petals.jpg, which was the name of the file. And from your toolbar you'll see this particular tool here, the little cross arrowhead tool. It's called the Move tool. The shortcut key is M on your keyboard, and this selecting this tool will allow you to click and drag and move around a layer in your document. Now GIMP on the Mac, because it runs on X11, can feel a little bit clunky, and it takes a little bit getting used to. So just a couple of little hints. When you're selecting a tool, because the toolbox is in its own window, you have to click once to select the actual window itself, and then click again on the tool that you want to use. So if I want to, I'm now on the Zoom tool, if I want to click into my document and maybe I'll zoom in a bit. If I now want to flip to the Move tool, if I just click once on the Move tool, you notice that I'm still on the Zoom tool. I have to click once on the Move tool and then click again to select the actual Move tool itself, and now I can move my document around. The same thing goes if I've just selected my Move tool and I want to move this layer around. Simply clicking and dragging on my layer won't do anything. I have to click once to activate this window, and then click and drag to move my image around. So just a couple of little hints there. Now this particular layer is a bit too big for my document, so I want to shrink it down and fit it to the page. So you'll notice that there is this scale tool here. There's a number of different tools for manipulating layers, because that's what we're working on this petals layer. And this one I'm interested in particular, this scale tool. So if I select the scale tool, I can click and drag, and it brings up this scale window. I can type in a value, or I can simply click and drag on the actual document itself. Now notice that I can click and drag and scale it freely. Now I don't want to distort my image, I want to constrain the width and height. I want to make sure that I don't accidentally distort the width and height. So if I hold down the control key, not the command key on the Mac, the control key, I can actually scale that image down and I can keep it in the correct aspect ratio. Clicking on that center circle there will allow me to reposition it, so I want to make sure that I can scale it down and fit it to the width of my document like that. And once I'm happy with this, I can hit the scale button, and that'll then apply the transformation onto that layer, and it fits it in there. I'm going to go back to the move tool and just reposition that. See, that looks okay.